How's it going, my dudes, and welcome back to another figurine video. Today we're looking at the Sword Art Online Yuuki from the Extra Quantum EXQ category, manufactured by Banpresto. This figurine was released on April of 2018 and cost me nothing because it was given to me by boss of a toy store that I work for occasionally. I'm pretty sure he paid $30 or $40 for this one in New Zealand dollars. So that's kind of how much it would cost otherwise. But yeah, I got it as a gift, I guess you could say. But yeah, here's the front of the box. So you got the EXQ Extra Quantum logo brand, which is on all of these types of figures. Sword Art Online, you got the main brand title there with some, I assume that's the same name, Sword Art Online, EXQ, whatnot, which I can't read. With a number 1, which I'm not sure what that's referring to. It's probably like the first run of, or like the first figurine done by EXQ of Yuuki specifically. I'll have to double check on some other boxes. Got her on the front, which is looking super adorable in her white dress. Got another thing of her with, yeah, it's just kind of a plain side, no other additional information. Got her with kind of like a slash view of kind of the front side and just front close up. EXQ and information. What the heck? Mode loft? Okay, it'll be interesting to know what that says, which I cannot read. But mode loft is in English and I have no idea what that refers to. And then bottom is just all the typical information you'd find on a figurine with a phone number, apparently, let's call that at some point, let's not. And then also the EXQ logo with a super cute crown. And fun fact, if you kind of look at it closely, you can actually see that it says extra in the crown, because you get the EXTRA, and then it's just mirrored for the other side of the crown. I saw that one day, I'm like, oh my god, that is super cool. How have I not noticed that before? So if you hadn't noticed that, there you go, that's a bit of trivial information. But now that we've looked at the box, let's take a look and see how she looks inside. So here we are with the main components. As typical, they're all wrapped in plastic inside of a cardboard thing to kind of hold it all together so it doesn't shake around inside the box. And so you've kind of just got the head right here, which looks super trippy just by itself, I will be honest. You kind of got the head and kind of her chest area here, which a bit more than I expected, but at least I assume what it's going to do is get rid of any kind of join marks. So it doesn't kind of ruin the immersion of her not being a figurine, or her being a figurine, sorry. So we'll have a close look at this while we can. So what the heck? Is that dust or? Okay, I think that's just dust. That's not good. Why is there dust in a figurine that was sealed? What the hell? The hair is, it's looking kind of nice. It kind of has that kind of flow. It's basic because it's just kind of very much the same color with some mild darker lights. It's not highlights, it's just darker in parts. Not the best joining around here because it's just a very obvious join where this streak meets up with the rest of the hair, so that's a bit sad. And then you can kind of see that the fringe is just kind of placed on the front. Yeah, I do appreciate the fact that they did put in a little bit there to kind of make it seem like it's got something going on, because otherwise the top of this head is just very smooth. Not much really going on. Okay, so this is more or less the basic sort of stuff. A little bit iffy with the joining, but $30 figurine. As I say, what can you expect? Let's have a look at the torso. So the torso is, it's actually very nice because you've just got a whole bunch of, what is it? ripples. It's not ripples. Creases, that's the one. So it's just got a bunch of creases. I quite like the fact that the entire thing is just a textured mesh of what looks like, what I assume is cotton or something. Like, it's obviously hard, but it looks like it's some kind of cotton. That's dirt. Which I'm still confused how the inside of plastic, sealed plastic, is dirty. It's a very nice pleated skirt, or not pleated, but it's a very nice skirt with how it just kind of flows, especially around there where it kind of just goes round and back in. That's probably a good highlight of this. If we go up a bit more, go back in, you can kind of see that the design kind of has it kind of crisscrossing over the breasts as far as the top goes. Hands kind of just held in place. So it's at least somewhat of a decent pose rather than just a character hands up or kind of there. It's more of a shyish? It's not meek, I don't know. It's kind of a Shire sort of look. Not to be mistaken with the Shire from Lord of the Rings, obviously. I will be honest as well, like the fact that it's also meant to be split between a skirt and shirt probably is a good way of hiding the fact that these two parts are probably where the join is. So the fact that it's meant to be there is a good way of covering the molding. And then if we look at the back, if it will focus in, we can appreciate a good scapula, good backbone, good spine. And it also has that little indent there where the spine goes in because she's kind of pushing her shoulders back. So that's kind of how it would fall, I think. Because I'm definitely a genius of autonomy. And I was just seeing how the shirt kind of goes around. So up around there, what goes around the back of the neck, and then falls down there. So I assume that's just another good way to cover your seams without it standing out too much. So it's kind of like your seams are in place for a reason. Let's throw this head in. It's kind of her put together. And the join is very much non-visible, really. There's a little bit in there that you can see that it's a little space in between, but the fact that they made it that it connects around there rather than at the head was actually a very smart move on their part. And it's got more of a solid hold rather than just having it up at the neck, because you could just have had the neck as where the head attaches. So it's different, but I think it works out. No, that's really nice. Because obviously, as most people would have, it's just going to be sitting there. And so it's just nice flows, cute little skirt. And then little hair floof at the very top. And then just got the base right here, which has all the information at the bottom. If you can see that, probably not. One thing I want to point out about this is the fact that most stands for a lot of the Banpresto figures nowadays are always just like a white sort of base. So it's kind of cool to see the fact that it's actually a clear or a cloudy one. It's a bit different. I assume they probably started this and then they kind of just went with the white ones. But then she just sits right in. Let's get the feet in place and not mess it up. And it's kind of heel onto that one, and again, well, middle of the foot onto that one, heel onto that one. And that is her complete. She's a decent height, I will be honest, because she's what, a hand and a half? If I had to use my own hand as a measure gauge, I don't have any kind of measuring thing next to me, because lol, I'm smart. But overall, I'd say it's a nice wee thing. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. I'll leave details on my figurine collection about this one here, and all my socials, all that fun stuff. I will be uploading another video, hopefully soonish, and until next time, I'll see you in another video. Bye!